Thanks for your help. You did great work today. Thank you. With Fort Morvenskar back under our control, we should send word to the king. Let him know that the royal tombs are secure. Will you deliver a dispatch to Fort Amal? Yes, reinforcements from Windhelm brought the news. The king has gone to Fort Amal to meet with packed dignitaries. Take word of a victory to the fort. Speak to Thane Oda, Wolf's sister there. We're going to get the fort up and running again. My scouts report that there are still Stormfist troops in the area. My scouts report that the Stormfist are fortifying Cradle Crush to the southwest. We can't let them establish a foothold, or we'll never get rid of them. It's an old oak fortress, but it hasn't been used by hostile forces in years. If only we had the troops for such an action. We're in no condition for another battle right now, but I think we have time. Something strange is going on over at Cradle Crush, but it doesn't appear that they are about to launch an attack or anything. Unusual sounds. We hear crashes and moans, toppling trees. We see smoke on the horizon. I have no idea what to make of it. And I can't spare anyone else to investigate right now.
Why do you hate us, Nord? Your own king declared us allies, but still, you turn us away.
Don't put words in my mouth, Dark Elf. I said you could enter Fort Armel, but the inn is full, so you can't stay. Official business of the kingdom takes precedence after all.
This is ridiculous, and we've come such a long way. We'll find somewhere else to rest. Somewhere not filled with such hate. They say we are allies, friends. But when we need a place to rest, we're turned away. Important business, they say. The inn is full. Rubbish. It's because we're not Nords.
Listen, if you're part of this group, I already explained this a dozen times. Feel free to enter Fort Armel, but the inn is full. There's no more room. And the Jarl's Keep is off limits too, of course. King Yoren and the Ebonheart Pact leaders are meeting here. Between the Nords, the Argonians, and the Dark Elf contingent, they filled up the inn. They even had to set up tents on the far side of town. That's not for me to say. I don't even want to guess. Commander Ian might have an idea, but you'd have to get it out of him. Whatever the king's business is, though, it must be urgent to call the various leaders of the pact together so suddenly.
Oh yes, Narayu. Whatever you say, Narayu.
I heard you uncovered a lost shrine at Fungal Grotto.
Where's that lazy skiver? I'm going to kill you. What do you want? Someone steal your gold pouch or something? What's it matter to you? Have business with the king, do you? They stand in line with the rest of the peasants. Seems like every alley rat decided to show up and whine about something when they heard the king was coming. But he's not here for that. King shows up with his honor guard and all the pact officials, clearly up to something important. And you just expect me to tell you what that is? Did you always get milk when you whined for it as a baby? Be off! I need to find one of my guards. You're going to stick your nose into this no matter what I say, aren't you? Fine. Thod decided to have a drink with the prince's entourage last night. Haven't seen him since. Probably passed out somewhere. But I can't be too careful right now. I just want this all to be over. We're not used to dealing with so many different groups all in one place. All right. Find Thod, and I might let some information slip. We'll leave it at that. Oh yes, Naryu. Whatever you say, Naryu. I don't want to. Want to sleep. A perfectly good dream. Oh, Naryu. I love you, Naryu.
Oh, if you're still looking for Thod, I wouldn't worry about it. He and the commander headed for the barracks. Thod's getting an earful, I'm sure. I apologize if we wasted your time. I'm sure it was one of the other guards. There are a lot of us, and we're known to relax with a bottle of mead or two when we're off duty. And never to excess. So really, I wouldn't worry about it. Listen, I saw them both just a moment ago, and unlike the commander, I slept last night. Now, it's not that I don't believe you found a drunk Nord by the river. It wouldn't be the first time. It's just that it can't be Thod. I can prove it. Both the commander and Thod headed towards the barracks on the west side of town. If you hurry, you should be able to catch up with them. Then you can go get a drink and relax. Seems like you could use it.
I told you that we need to be patient. You're always in such a hurry. It's starting to get on my nerves.
You're enjoying that body too much, I think. Why, I have a mind to... Can I help you with something? The Fort Amol guard barracks are off limits, so I hope you don't plan on trying to get inside. The commander is occupied by other matters at the moment. As one of the officials helping coordinate efforts at Fort Amol, perhaps I could be of service? Ah, yes. Thod. Of course. He was just here, as a matter of fact. You just missed him. You weren't the one looking for him earlier by chance. Eon mentioned someone looking into guard business. Not many folks care about Thod. Well, how about I help you instead? Eon has been on edge of late. Perhaps the king's presence makes him nervous. Or it's all these foreigners. Who knows? But he has been acting strange. I'd keep an eye on him if I were you. You seem eager to help, so I'm giving you something to do. If I toss around false accusations or involve the king's guards, it might seem like Fort Amol can't deal with its own problems. Trail the commander. Determine if my fears are justified. Hide behind the rocks nearby and wait for Eon. You wouldn't want him to know you were following him now, would you?
Took you long enough, Commander.
I thought I was being followed. You have to be smart about all this.
Don't insult my intelligence. I know we only get one chance at this. Besides, word from the inside is that things are going well.
Good, good. I took care of things on my end. I stuffed all of the duplicates in Marla's house. As long as no one goes snooping around in there, we'll be fine.
You just have to poke your nose into things that don't concern you, don't you? You can join the rest of the bodies in here.
I'm afraid you just missed Commander Eon. Again. He was in a hurry. He always seems to run when everyone else around here just saunters. Have you been drinking with Thane Yegi and the soldiers? What? All of this in Marla's house? You have to understand how strange this sounds. You're telling me that the commander I was just speaking to is actually dead? And there are others? Including 2 dead Marlas? After that story, I think I might be the one who needs a drink. Well, thanks for the information. I'll make sure to look into these accusations as soon as I can. But you're not going to give up on this, are you? Listen, let's say I believe you. Let's say there are Stormfist agents impersonating people in Fort Armel. Even if all of this is true, we can't start a panic. The leaders of the Pact are here, for kind's sake. No, I didn't say that. I just don't want you running around crying murder, especially with the Pact delegations here. Think of how fragile our alliance already is. You should speak to Lord Velop. Tell him what you told me. He's the Jarl's advisor. He has his hand in everything that happens around here. Tell him what you told me. Leave nothing out. Velop's smart. If what you say is true, and by Kain I hope it isn't, he'll know what to do, without causing a panic. You'll probably find Lord Velop in the inn. Like most Nords, he enjoys his mead. And I understand that nobles can get particularly thirsty when the king is in town. You have to look at this from my point of view. A stranger walks into town and makes outlandish claims about spies and imposters and murders. How do I know that you're not one of these Stormfist traitors trying to cause trouble? You certainly are insistent. I'll grant you that much. Look, I'll check the house as soon as I can. In the meantime, go talk to Lord Velop. Shaw's bones if there really are spies in Fort Armel. His lordship will know what to do. I heard the Orc Thane stole his sister's body from the royal crypt in Fort Morvenskar.
So, was the hunt successful? Did you find out what nefariousness our good Commander Ion is up to? What? No, I never imagined. I think you better tell me what happened, friend, and start at the beginning. Lower your voice. This can't be. How could Fildgor's soldiers get into the fort without being noticed? Did you tell anyone else about this? I'll need to have a word with Loanor. The implications for the Pact are horrifying. Dark elves and Nords have died. Finger-pointing will escalate into violence as soon as word gets out. Especially with Prince Ernskar's temper. Go to the Nord camp and speak with Thane Harvald. He's honorable and intelligent. I'm sure he'll want to keep this quiet. He also possesses common sense. If anyone knows how we should approach this problem, it's Thane Harvald.
Even officers need to relax every now and then. And an inn! The last place my troops camped was cold, hostile and barren. And we ran out of mead. Do you see the Skald King? I'm here with me, myself, and mead. Lots of mead.
The lizards are...
The Nord don't need the help of the weakling Argonians and the cowardly Dark Elves. We can win this war on our own.
Your Uncle Filgor has allied himself with the Stormfist clan and the Orcs, my prince. We need all the help we can get. You need to apologize to the delegates, and get them back to the table before this rift grows any wider.
Let the pact shatter and fall for all I care. We need no one but ourselves. You grow old and weak, Harvold, like my father. This conversation is over.
The prince in his hot temper. He decided to hold his own meeting, while the king and the pact ambassadors meet at the keep. He managed to insult both the Dark Elves and the Argonians with his posturing and boastfulness. Talk freely. Thane Oda is as trustworthy as I. But understand that I have enough trouble as it is, and I don't need any more bad news. I have my hands full trying to figure out how to calm the prince and get the pact delegates back to the meeting. And that's not what I wanted to hear. The prince will have to be told about this, of course. And the Argonian and Dark Elf delegates. They need to be able to protect themselves. I can't keep secrets from my prince, no matter how hot-headed he may be. I'll make him understand the seriousness of the situation. But I doubt the Argonians and Dark Elves will listen. They were very angry when they marched back to their camps. Perhaps, if you say that King Yoren sent you, they might not forgive the prince and return immediately, but they might listen to you. They need to know that we value the pact and their companionship. Do whatever it takes to make them happy. What does he always do? He opened his mouth and let words fall out. He said many terrible things and drove them away. And all his father asked him to do was coordinate troop movements and battle plans while the Council of War was in session.
Why hold a summit in such a frigid place? You want our respect? Come to Mournhold and dine like real nobles. Don't send us on a damn camping trip. I have no issues with King Yoren, but his son is an imbecile. He believes that the Nords are superior to all. And he had the audacity to insult Our Lady Amalexia. Let's see how well the Nords do against the Stormfists without our help. Let me think. No, nothing comes to mind. The Dunmer are finished helping those who show no respect or gratitude. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm trying to stay warm. Feel free to talk to my servant Nariu if you need something more.
If Geld sent you over here to have me fetch something, tell him to go jump in the river. Assistant, not slave. I already broke a guard's hand for getting a little too friendly. Put a little fear in them, and now everything's perfect. So, what can I help you with? And if you say staying warm, your hand is the least of your concerns. This obviously wasn't the prince's idea. That Nord is a whiny little swit who said everything handed to him on a silver platter. He'd never stoop to ask for help from one of the lesser races. What is this really about? The king is a respectable man. He has more sense in his pinky than the prince does in his whole body. It's hard to imagine they come from the same stock. So, sure, why not? I'll help you. Assistant. By the three, no one listens around here. And let's just say I have ways to convince Gelds to go back to the table. That's all you need to know for now. I want a bottle of wine from the barracks. That's where they keep the Jarl's personal stock. I'm tired of drinking this cheap piss they provided us with. Just watch out. The place is off limits and the guards tend to deal harshly with intruders.
The barracks are off limits, so you'll need a disguise. A guard's uniform should do nicely. Try by the river. No matter how cold it is, the Nords seem to love going for a swim. Sometimes they even remember to take their armor off first.
Well, since you asked so nicely, one of the guards hates cats. Really detests the creatures. I saw the guard chase a cat that ran into the barracks for more than an hour. So bring a cat along. I saw a lot of them hovering around the Argonians.
I think I figured out why cats like us so much. It's because we are so beautiful and we smell good. Excuse me, but who are you? And why is King Yoren requesting any help from us? The prince made it very clear that he thinks very little of my eggkin and I. Why we even bothered coming here is beyond me. The prince cares nothing for us. He refused to send any help to my kin in Darkwater Crossing. The trolls wander the town now, and only the Hiss knows what happened to my people. I offer the same thing to you as the prince offered to me. Nothing. King Yoren is a good man, strong and wise. I hear he hates cats. He gave shelter to my people when they fled from the Stormfists and their orc allies. But that doesn't change the current situation, and Prince Ernskar is still a Gwarlicker. It's too late to help Darkwater, but not to reclaim our honor. A deal, then. If you remove the head of the large troll we call Death in Winter and bring it to me, I will consider returning to Ernskar's meeting for the king.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but I don't want.
Bring back the head of the Alpha Troll to honor my people. Do what your prince's guards refuse to do.
Not another cat. I hate cats. They make me itch.
What are you doing in here? Get out!
Not another cat. I hate cats. They make me itch.
What in King's name was that?
There is that. And they have a remarkable tendency to find warm spots where they can sun themselves.
My eyes look red to you.
Do you know what that sweat had me fetch while you were gone? Food from the other tent, as if walking 10 feet would kill him. I got the food, though. Added a special berry, too. His stomach would appreciate it. I knew I could count on you. Reliability is an admirable trait. This will taste good. Probably make taking orders from that barking dog over there a bit more tolerable. And it should be enough to get the job done. To get Gelds nice and comfortable. Then I'll convince him that what he just drank was poisoned. Lucky for him, I have the antidote. Of course. He'll do whatever I want to get it. And that should be very entertaining. Of course. How did you think I was going to convince him? Now, do me a favor and stay alert out there. I've seen enough shadows and sheepish grins to know that something isn't right in Fort Armor.
But that's why I'm here now, isn't it?
What are you looking at? Not if you were the last Nord in Cambria.
What's that smell? It's awful. My people came to Fort Ammel from the west, but the town wasn't big enough to absorb them. They settled at Darkwater Crossing. Then the trolls came. You have done what that arrogant prince would not do. Thank you. Perhaps. That is for them to decide, but at least they have that choice. Like King Yoren, you demonstrate honor. I will return to the prince's meeting and hear what he has to say. You have earned that much.
I heard that you've been hard at work. A powerful troll for the Argonians? Really? That's quite remarkable. And I spoke to Prince Ernskar. He agrees that he might have been a little arrogant. Especially when I told him what you discovered. Maybe now we can all get back to the business at hand, instead of just throwing insults at each other. With the Pact working together again, we should be able to sniff out Fildgor's spies easily enough. Now my only concern is for the king. He's surrounded himself with our strongest warriors. But the element of surprise gives Fildgor an advantage. After what you said the Stormfists have already accomplished, how can we trust anyone on the other side of the keep's gate? I know King Yoren requested privacy for this meeting with the ambassadors, but I can't just assume everything is all right. Actually, Lord Verlop suggested that you two take care of it. I need to keep the prince in line, and we don't want to tip our hand to the Stormfists. Besides, I know you can handle yourself. Get in there and secure the king. The gates have been sealed since we arrived, but Lord Verlop should be able to open them. King Yoren was adamant that no one disturb the meeting. I imagine that whatever they are discussing in there, Fieldgore is definitely at the heart of it. King Yoren is guarded by a squad of soldiers he selected personally. I'm sure everything is fine. Still, we can't be too careful. But I don't want to embarrass the king needlessly. You and Lord Verlop can handle this. I have faith in you.
Greetings, stranger. It looks like you have something for me. Then by all means, let me have it. Excellent. The fort is back under our control, thanks to you. You've made quite a name for yourself amongst our soldiers, friend. Lieutenant Koruni in particular seems suitably impressed with your efforts.
We should head up to the gates to the keep. It won't hurt to check in on the king, though I doubt anyone without a key could get past those gates.
I'd share, but I don't want to. You don't impress me. I impress me.
That's strange. Where are the guards?
Oh, that's right. They're dead. Just like you're about to be. You know, you were a real pain in my side. I sent you after Iarn and Marla, but somehow you survived. Then I sent you to sabotage the prince. But instead, you brought the pack together. Well, if you want something done, you just have to do it yourself.
Move or call out and lose your tongue. Simple,
Wait.
right?
Don't kill me. I can help you. Yoren's still alive. You need me.
No one likes a liar, Nord. No one. Let's talk, hero. Why did I ever let Veron convince me to come to Eastmarch? Told you something bad was gonna happen. I didn't want you to walk into this trap alone, so I followed you. Good thing, too. I've been tracking a Breton illusionist by the name of Dalin for a while now. The villain created quite a stir by assassinating a few nobles in Mournhold recently. I discovered that he took a contract with Fildgor and tracked him to this region. Not exactly, but I'd wager he's inside the keep. I'm not sure what we'll find in there, but you'll need to be quick. Dalin's already a step ahead of us. The man bought Verlop with a promise of gold. Who knows who else he's got on his side. I need to make sure our Alliance friends are playing nice with each other. Then I'll meet up with you. After I get out of this damn dress and into some proper clothing. How do women wear stuff like this all the time? Well, thanks. Maybe I could get used to wearing such finery when things aren't so dangerous. What am I saying? Get your ass in there and save King Yoren! Are you an idiot? We're surrounded by the enemy.
The big bad Stormfists are outside. Maybe we should go upstairs so I can protect you, all proper-like.
People really frustrate me sometimes. Maybe we should go upstairs so I can protect you. Who even says that? He could have complimented my eyes, or my... Never mind. He's one of Dalin's thugs. No sign of the king, though. Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Windows are wonderful things, my darling. No one ever remembers to lock them. I'm sure you've crawled into or out of more than a few windows over the course of your adventures. I found 2 doors in here, but they're both locked tight. I'm sure the king is behind one of those doors. We just need to figure out how to open them. I don't think you'll just find a key lying around, but you never know. I'll check down here. Take a look upstairs and see if you can find anything.
So you have finally come to the aid of the king. Thank you for all your hard work here in Fort Amal. I can't say that Verloc was as useful as I hoped, but he served his purpose, right? I mean, just look at me. Stunning, am I not? A Breton leading the Nords. Who would have thought of it? For all intent and purposes, I am the real king now. Any who would challenge that are being dealt with. But I wanted to congratulate you. So many lives lost because of you. I'm envious. That poor guard Floanor, greedy Lord Verloc, the mind reels. Verloc did say that he would take care of her, didn't he? My poor Verloc was many things, but a liar wasn't one of them. Then there's that pretty little dark elf outside. The feisty one. She'll be a fun one to kill. And of course, King Euron. He's enjoying a gift from Filgor. The king that saved his people from the Akaviri, killed by his own brother. Yet, no one will ever know. No, they will find the body of poor Dallin the Briton, defeated by their heroic king. Oh, that would be me. Well, yes, that's the entire point of why we're here. Now I must apologize. I have matters to attend to. You'll find that my guards now control the manor. You can try to stop us, but I doubt you'll have very much luck.
I tried to read that book. The cover's too far.
Dallin said you were coming after us. Let's see how you handle two of the best warriors of the Stormfist Brigade.
Well done. Too little, too late. The false king is dead. Once you join him, Filgor will rule this land.
I can't believe the Stormfists had the audacity to disrupt this proceeding and attack the Nord King. Their actions are so undignified.
King Yoren's breathing is shallow. The poison Dalin used, it's tainted. Daedric, I'm not sure what it's doing to this poor man, but I don't think he will survive. The illusionist fooled us all. His magic allowed the Stormfist to look like people we trusted. Something in the wine we shared, we think. One of them took the form of the king's servant. He poisoned the king's dinner. Fighting broke out as soon as King Yoren fell ill. We dragged him away from the meeting and locked ourselves in here. When the Stormfist broke in, I thought we were finished. If that woman hadn't shown up, we'd probably be dead right now. She never identified herself. When the Stormfist broke in, she just appeared out of nowhere and put 2 daggers in their backs. Then she told us help was coming, and she ran off. She wore a helmet, but I'm pretty sure she was a dark elf. We should be fine, and we're not helpless. We can protect the king. But please hurry just the same. I don't know how long he can resist the poison.
There you are, alive and well, just like I left you. I hope I didn't startle the ambassadors too much with that daring rescue I performed. When you entered the safe room, I heard the ambassadors trying to be quiet upstairs. Next thing I know, Stormfist thugs are waving their axes around and attacking the manor. I was about to leave the same way I entered. Well, I couldn't let you have all the fun. Seriously, you have to understand. My organization used to be respected. Now we're hunted for what we were, what we represented. That has to change. I was talking about you, but I also figured more backup wouldn't hurt. Ernskar and his guards are downstairs. They rushed over as soon as the fighting started. But King Yoren, he didn't look so good. He's not going to make it, is he? Hildegor plays dirty. I wish I could help more, but I've already overstepped the limits of my contract. I need to get back to Mournhold. A new matter involving a rival group has become an issue. These people still need your help, hero. Always the hero, aren't you? I'm kidding. I'll find you again when I need your help. In fact, I'd like that. Now go. Save King Yoren. He needs you more than I do at the moment.
There's the one that made peace with the giants in Lower Yorgrim.
Where is my father? What did our so-called allies do to him? I'll kill every single Argonian and Dark Elf myself if my father's been harmed. Filgor might have driven the blade, but the Dark Elves and Argonians did nothing to protect my father. Now where is he? Tell me! Guards, go to the king at once. As for you, what's your involvement in all this? Why are you here? Then we are allies, for now. I must go to my father. I don't care how we do it, but his life must be saved. My father can't die. Filgor will not win this war. Not this way. I forbid it.
Yes? What do you want to know? I think we make a pretty good team, don't you?
Fate summons you, champion. Will you answer its call? Greetings, champion. Laramil the Wise sent me to find you on behalf of Hermaeus Mora, the Daedric Prince of Fate and Forbidden Knowledge. Disaster looms over both his realm and ours. Only you can meet this threat. In Hermaeus Mora's realm of Apocrypha, there is a door that must not be opened. A secret, forgotten for millennia. But a Dremora named Torvasard remembers. He is determined to open that door. If he succeeds, reality itself could be undone. I am but a messenger. My task is to set you upon the path. Seek out Laramil the Wise in the Outlaw's refuge of this city. She will explain what must be done to avert the ruin of all. I am told you will be well rewarded for your service. Laramil the Wise awaits you amid the outcasts and exiles of this city. We who are chosen to serve the GoldenEye are often regarded with fear and suspicion in these lands. It is better to avoid attention. I am but a scholar, a seeker of truth. I belong to an order called the Sodality of the Eye. In exchange for our service, the GoldenEye, he whom you know as Hermaeus Mora, gifts us with hidden knowledge. I would hardly call myself such a thing. Hermaeus Mora is indifferent to the worship of mortals, but he finds it useful to reward those who agree to serve him in this plane. Laramil, she is a scryer of hidden things, a high elf blessed with the rare talent to perceive the threads of fate. She is not of our order, but often acts as a mortal agent for the GoldenEye. Their interests in this matter are aligned.
If you change your mind, I'll be here. Are you here about the job? To forestall any confusion, yes, we split the proceeds equally. And no, I will not budge on that point. You mean you aren't here about the notice? Well, allow me to explain. I need a partner for a difficult job. It pays well, but it involves travel, and there is some danger. Does that sound like the sort of thing that might interest you? I'm so glad you came along. I've chartered a ship. When you're ready, meet me there. Here, I'll mark your map. Bring some lockpicks. They sell them here if you don't have any. Oh, and wear something warm. Let's talk about details when we rendezvous. It's not that I don't trust you, I don't think I've made a good impression in this place. That is, if you're still interested. You are, right? Of course you are. I'm only joking.
Thank you for bringing the Echo near. We will need this relic.
Speaking of relics, Thieves stole an old staff from the Oathsworn pit. I want to know why.
Indeed. How did my unwelcome guests find their way to Bedlam Vale? I am curious.
Good
I can
orcs
feel
died,
so
little
many
prince.
aches in
I'm
some
not
very
curious.
strange places.
I'm angry.
At last you are here. Welcome, Proxy. Hermaeus Mora, Daedric Prince of Forbidden Knowledge, has marked you as Fate's champion. His adversary, Torvasad, once more moves against Apocrypha, threatening not only Mora's realm, but our world as well. The one who knows perceived the exigencies of this conjuncture. Hermaeus Mora told me we needed you. Torvasad seeks to restore Ethelia, a Daedric prince forgotten by all. The memory of her was sealed in Apocrypha, but Torvasad remembers. 3 glyphics holding the memory of Ethelia were hidden in the mythos, the heart of Apocrypha. Torvasad has already unlocked 2. Now he seeks to return and unlock the final glyphic. We must stop him. Here, you will need the Acheneer. A relic forged by Hermaeus Mora, the Acheneer can corporealize distinct foci. That is, it can reveal echoes of past events related to the Forgotten Prince. Choices made ages ago now menace our world. The Acheneer can help us understand them. When you come to a location associated with Prince Ethelia, hold forth the Acheneer to draw out and observe any lingering memories. You may also need to perceive the threads of fate as I do. I have a spell for that. Because Hermaeus Mora has foreseen that a restored Prince Ethelia threatens the very foundations of reality, endangering Apocrypha, Nirn, and all of existence. The one who knows needs mortal aid to avert catastrophe. Hermaeus Mora cannot see Torvasad, but he can sense threads of fate disturbed by Torvasad's actions. The threads are fraying in Grotwood, Reaper's March, and Stone Falls. I will open a portal to each place. Choose one, and we shall go. Because you bear the mark of Hermaeus Mora, he has chosen you to serve as champion of fate, his agent in the mortal realm, and perhaps beyond. You can act in places where the one who knows cannot directly intervene, as can I. You possess a unique ability to forge your own fate. I can discern fate's threads, a gift I have now shared with you. The one who knows has need of talents such as ours. Have no fear. You help yourself by helping Mora. Torvasad's actions created no special disturbance here. I expect you will see the affected threads when we visit places where he has been active. Although I admit I am uncertain about this spell's duration or effectiveness. Daedric energy lingers in this place, tangled with threads of unraveling fate. Torvasad was here. Follow the threads of fate, Proxy. I shall cast about for any other signs of his activity.
Done. But don't let your guard down.
Done. But don't let your guard down.
Let the dreads of fate restore your strength.
Shall revitalize you.
Let fate renew your vigor, Proxy.
I can feel it humming. Hold back.
What? Feel the current of fate flow through you. Restore your strength. Fascinating. That ancient book stirred up a memory. Use the Echinir to examine it, Proxy.
Tribunal's ordinators hold our brethren. We need the skein of secrets to free them.
But the skein is lost. We must beseech the Lady of Whispers for help.
Then let us adjourn to the secret sanctuary. The circle we stand upon is the door. We need but a single drop of blood to open it.
I see. This ritual circle conceals a gate, activated by a little blood. Let us see where it leads.
Nothing. Fate seems to be fighting back. I wonder how much of that is because of you.
Torvasad, talk to Fate's Chosen. Tell us what this is all about.
Fate's Chosen? How presumptuous a title Hermaeus Mora has bestowed upon you. The Prince of Fate is using you, mortal. Long ago, he and his allies inflicted a terrible wrong on my prince. Now he hopes you can stop me from undoing that damage. How can a mere mortal understand the convolutions of oblivion? Prince Ithelia, the Prince of Paths, Mistress of the Untraveled Road, Fate Changer, the Dark Reflection, the Last Tomorrow, she who saw and wept. Moira, in his jealousy, erased her. Hermaeus Mora convinced other Daedric princes to conspire against Ithelia. He played upon their fears of the unknown. None of them understood the gift of choosing what is to be. They all turned against my prince. Revenge? No. That is for my prince to mete out. I am a scion of Ithelia, and my ancient purpose is to restore her to power. To undo what the cowardly princes did to her. And the very relics they used against Ithelia will help me find her. My father's skein of secrets. Don't bother looking. It isn't here. It seems Mephala Ayleid worshippers locked it away in some vault beneath Westweald long ago. No matter. The skein would help, but I'll find another way to reach my prince. And you believe Mora? Stand aside, mortal. I will not be swayed from my purpose.
A skein of secrets, used to defeat Ithelia long ago. I cannot help but wonder what became of it. Come, Proxy, let us speak. A skein of secrets, somehow used to defeat Ithelia long ago. I cannot help but wonder what became of it. Daedric relics have a way of causing trouble wherever they appear. Even the Echenir could be dangerous in the wrong hands. Hermaeus Mora requires you to make that decision without his guidance, Proxy. Torvasad disturbed fate in 3 different locations. The one who knows must have a reason for instructing us to visit each one. Your choice, Proxy. Hermaeus Mora made it clear that we are to be guided by the decisions you make without undue prompting from him or me. But our work is not complete until we discover what Torvasad seeks there. I am not sure. Reaper's March includes some of the oldest Khajiit cities and temples. They have always had a more nuanced view of Daedric powers than other cultures. I am curious what we will uncover there. Excellent. In the interest of hastening our investigation of these perturbations, a physical translocation of... I shall open portals to save us time. Choose one, and I shall follow. You should be able to perceive the threads of fate here. Follow them, Proxy.
The Faith Walker arrives just as Hermora foretold. Old Rishad saw your coming in the tides. Hermora wished this one to greet you here. So it is that our fates cross paths. What is it you seek, Faith Walker? Old Rishad has seen Old Remora. But that does not mean your quarry has not been here. There is change in the air. A change that began long ago. Old Rishad knows you should seek the blessing of the children ever mourned. Visit the nearby shrines of beloved John and Jod. Pay your respects. In days of old, we Khajiit would pray to the twins to bless our paths with moonlight and sugar. Perhaps it will be so again. The shrines are here in this courtyard. Old Rishad can tell. You have a long journey ahead of you, Faith Walker. You will need the blessings of the two moons. Return after you have paid your respects.